at Sports Bar and Grill in La Vista and Gretna. Our sports bar is designed for fans of all ages. Enjoy the game in a vibrant, family-friendly setting with a menu that caters to both kids and adults. Everyone can find something they love. Our big screens and enthusiastic atmosphere make game days unforgettable. And of course, we're more than just a bar. We're a place where families and friends come together to celebrate and enjoy sports. 2 amazing locations, 12744 Westport Parkway in La Vista and off South 204th Avenue in Gretna. Heard at Sports Bar and Grill, where every day is game day.
I knew it. Another Heard at Media production.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I had Sunday scaries yesterday. I definitely had Sunday scaries.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Did you guys at home all day?
No, I actually had a great day. We went to Chuck E. Cheese and then we went to Olive Garden.
Ew, that sounds like the worst day for me.
Well, so I'm not okay. My husband is he hates food chains, like all that. He's like Chantel, he hates that stuff. And he knows I'm obsessed with Olive Garden. I don't know why, it's the one thing I'm obsessed with. So
wait, and keep in mind, just so you know, Olive Garden, please sponsor her if they're the thing. But keep in mind, like I like fast casual food chains, but not restaurant food chains. No.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did try the Chili's after it became like a trend on TikTok, and it was so nasty. It was so nasty. But I love Olive Garden. Like, I don't care what you say, Olive Garden is life. It's so good. It's just, I don't know, it's so good. So there's a Chuck E. Cheese, and he's like, "Do you want to go there after?" He's like, "I know you really like it." And so I did, and I had a great day. It was, I went to Olive Garden, but then it was nighttime, and we got like a new TV on Black Friday in our room because we had such like an old one. It was from like the old owners, first off.
Oh my God, I know which one you're talking about. Like,
yeah, so scary. It was so bulky. Yeah. So we got a new TV. We're just in the room, and then I'm just starting to thinking about life. And I just said, oh my God, like there's going to be a time, like I'm not going to be here. My kids did. And my husband was like, don't think like that. Like, let's not do this. And then it's not even like Sunday Scaries about work. It's like Sunday Scaries just like, I don't know. It's like Monday. Monday should not exist is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I feel like if they gave us a day to, but then Tuesdays would be the Sunday Scaries, or Mondays would be the Monday Scaries, and then Tuesday. So
yeah, a lot of people, Chantel, asked us, because I tried going through our DMs because Chantel and I were MIA this whole week. Like we just, I was like with my family, she was with her family, and we were just like really MIA. And a lot of people were like, I'm dying to know the Thanksgiving stories you guys have. And we spoke about it on our Patreon this weekend, but there wasn't really, oh my gosh, someone's going to yell at me. I'm so scared. I'm so sorry. I just muted that. But we spoke on it on our Patreon, and I don't know, I feel like there was nothing that was too much. We posted a video on our Patreon of my aunt, and she was like telling me to get out of her face, and she smacked me. And
yeah, it was my mom, and she smacked Roxanne.
And like everyone was like, wait, did your aunt just smack you? And I was like, yeah, she definitely just did. So that was funny. But one of you guys had asked, because I was talking about how my husband made like these like funeral potatoes that everyone was dying over, and they asked for the recipe. And I like text him and I'm like, can you send me the recipe or the link to where you found it? This guy writes like literally 2 cups of sour cream, onion powder, garlic salt. Then he's like the toppings, 2 cups of cornflakes, half cup of melted butter. And I'm just like, okay, but like, where's like the directions? And then I'm like, how long is it in the oven? He's like, tell them my recipe is a secret, but they can find some on TikTok. Don't be sharing my recipes. He's like, I add some seasoning. I'm not sharing what I do. I'm like, are you?
Oh my God.
I'm like, are you for real? I was like to him, you're joking, right? And he's like, no, that's my recipe. I'm like, Jacob, they're not about to like eat with us. Like, you can share it. Like, how weird is that? And he's like, no, honestly, I think I'm going to make it today. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that was,
I do get territorial if like I used to be like this, especially when there's like that one good thing you make all the time. And
you're
like,
known for.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be showing up and then you get the credit for this or something, So I can see that, but it's like, none of these people are ever going to be in his lives for him to care.
Chantel was like that she makes these like confetti cookies, and they're like really fluffy. And Chantal usually always will be like, take it as a compliment if people copy you. But then like with this, she's like, nobody's gonna copy my cookies. And I'm like,
there's like my friends have this recording of me, like, because I was so pissed, they kept asking me and they kept calling me out about it. And so then I was like, this is my only motherfucking time I'm gonna give you guys this recipe. So it was like a voice recording. And so they like screen recorded it and they like saved it, and like on like funny moments they'll just send this, and it's like me cussing them out for this recipe. It's the funniest thing ever.
That's hilarious.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah. So why are you even asking? Like, why do I need to like tell you my recipe? I don't understand. Nothing really happened at Thanksgiving though. Like our cousin that hosted is pregnant, and she was just like an angry bird, you know how like people, how there's people who like are stressed when they're like hosting, and you walk in and they're just like, they look like all over they're just like mad because not because they're hosting, they're just stressed. So that's all.
To be a really good host, like everyone just needs to realize like, enjoy the moment. Yeah, it's stressful. You have to like answer to so many different things, but like also it's like you have to enjoy yourself, because that's what will make people feel comfortable in your home. And don't clean when people are there. Like how many times
I hate when people do that.
It's the one thing. It's like, don't clean, and don't start randomly cleaning at a time where like, it gives a clue to leave. I just think like you could slowly clean things, like put things in the in the sink, but you don't have to start cleaning your dishes like in front of people.
So my mother-in-law like has to clean after we eat. She has to. And I'm just like, let us just like relax and all hang out. Like we're all at home every day cleaning so much, and like we can clean, but it's like when someone comes to my house, like I don't want to, I'll clean when you guys leave. Like, let's all chill. I'll clean when you guys leave, and I don't need help with it. I appreciate the help. Last Thanksgiving I hosted, Chantal's mom like literally was on me, breathing at me to wash my dishes, which I breathe. I was like, all right, girl, go ahead. But like, I'm just like, no, like, let us all just hang out and chill. We don't need to clean. She didn't even do that though, because she literally hired a cleaning lady, and I was like, where's that person's family? Because what?
Oh, I know.
That was
It's like still like, it's like, it just, I don't know. It's hard for sure.
So another thing that happened to us over the week. So again, we've been MIA. We posted a video on our Instagram about the Mary thing, and about the whole like Mary Salt Lake City post. And we said this is like the rawest like scene in reality TV. Like it's beautiful. You guys, we didn't even realize like the next day it had like over 1 million views. And I was like, what the hell?
This is our highest like view. Like this went viral. It had like it actually had 1.4 million views, and like random people that are not even the Bravo world, sharing their stories. It was the most beautiful post because everyone was so positive. Like I did not see one bad negative comment.
Nothing.
Like no one in the comment was like making fun. There was nothing. There was literally like, I just kept going to it and like reading the comments because it was so beautiful. People sharing their stories or like their prayers. Like, I don't know. It just was a great post.
It was so nice. And so like, I even looked because so many other Bravo accounts shared it. Bravo TV shared it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we've like surpassed them by like 500,000. I was like, what the heck? And all of a sudden, Chantal like hits me up. I took my kids to go see Moana, and she hits me up and she's like, dude, they removed the post because they're saying that we're promoting drug use. And I was like, what? And I'm just like, I'm so over like this Instagram thing. I'm like, what do you mean promoting drug use? Like that kind of scares me, because it's like this post was like the opposite of promoting drug use. And so I'm like the fact that something that went viral.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, like I agree. It's like the fact that you guys are saying that we're promoting drug use, like it was actually like probably helps people, or like helps like moms or sisters or brothers or cousins like talk to people that maybe are doing drugs, to have those conversations and get people help. So like there was no promotion here.
Yeah, I've tried to appeal it, and it's like I don't even know. And I'm just like, this is so ridiculous, and it stinks, and it just makes you question things, because when there's a post like this where it's doing the opposite, and it's, a mom, like it gives you, even the way Mary handled it, I was like, would I have handled it that way? And it's like gives you advice as a mom, if like your kid comes to you like that, how to react to things. And I'm like, this is like a great thing for people to see. And the fact that and by the way, they kept it on all these other accounts except ours. So I'm like, maybe because ours went like super viral. Well, now because they removed ours, Bravo's went like really viral. And I'm just like, This is like,
Bullshit.
it really does suck. Like, I feel like with TikTok and X, you don't get that same, and I know that some people are not on X, but like, you don't get that. You're not going to get your stuff removed. And with TikTok, if you appeal it, they will, and you write a description about it, like they will immediately be like, oh, okay. And then take it off, so like give it back to you or be like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. So I'm just like, this is like so crappy that they did that. And
we're Meta verified now for like situations like this, like, just so that like nothing bad happens again, like to our accounts. And it's like, that did nothing for us.
yeah,
So it's like,
so far it has done nothing. So if anyone has any advice about that, because to me, it's like all the other accounts, they have this video up. We have the same exact clip up. So it's so crazy.
else. Yeah, there was nothing else that was said. It was just literally a redo of a video.
Yeah. So but aside from that, like, yeah, we've been MIA. We've gotten, I don't think we've been that great with our DMs either too. So we apologize, but now that Thanksgiving is over, back to reality until Christmas. And I know we want to touch on Potomac. We want to talk about Potomac's episode, and I found the last episode to be really, really good. But before we get into that, I wanted to quickly go over this hot topic, and we kind of touched on it on our Patreon, but like everyone now, it's like gone everywhere because we made a story about it. And it was Joe Gorga saying that housewives should appreciate the path Melissa Gorga created for them. And everyone on X is literally going crazy about this, that he said that.
What was he referring to? Like her what?
He said, well, these housewives really should appreciate the path that you created for them. I mean, you look at what you've done on Instagram and social media. It's helping them. It's helping everybody. I mean, really, you're so self-made. You did all this on your own. You achieved everything on your own and you killed it. So for me, self-made, listen, she has a boutique, and that is an accomplishment, right? That's an accomplishment that you open up your own store. So you got to give someone credit when they do stuff like that. But like self-made to me is like, you did it on your own with no platform. Like you didn't have a platform to, help you. You didn't, I don't know. Like, don't you feel like self-made would be like, you literally did it on your own, not because like you were on a TV show where millions of people watch and you have like this platform to like advertise it, or I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, like I think that it could be both, maybe like that does help her sales and help her thing, but you still have to work hard. Like we've seen on the other end where like just because you do have followers and do have things, like you still have to have some sort of like niche and be good at it. But also it's like, how did you pave the path though? Like I'm genuinely confused. Like what did she do?
Yeah, I don't know.
She's not out here creating classes for housewives to do stuff. Like everyone does something different. Like she's probably the only one, like one of the only ones that actually have a boutique. Like everyone else does their own thing. Like you didn't come up with influencing. Like you were not the one to come up with that.
Right.
You're not the one to come up with appearances. Like Teresa has been doing appearances, and other Bravo Labs were doing appearances before you even got on. So like, what did you pave the way for? Is what I'm confused. You don't have a beauty brand. You don't have anything.
I feel like he shouldn't be like talking about what women should do, and women should when he's like, these women should appreciate. It's like, why are you speaking on it? That's so weird.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's very, very, it's scare, you guys. It's scare, but it's like at this point. And then she also said that the reason that she's one of the top most followed Real Housewives is because she can sing and has a cute family. So I've done all about TRH.com, and I'm just like, the delusion is real.
Family, but not the singing, girl.
Yeah, I don't know, you guys. It's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little scary. I don't think anything else went. Like anything else happened? I don't know. Do you think anything else happened throughout the week?
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
I mean, just that the Salt Lake City scene and stuff. So I'm excited for this week's episode to see, how that goes.
That was last week's episode. Did you not watch it?
No, I know. So I'm so excited for like this week's like continuation of that. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah. So let's talk Potomac, shall we?
Yeah, let me get my notes because I have some of the scenes that I want to discuss, because we haven't touched on Potomac in a little bit. So like we've missed like maybe like 4 episodes, and all 4 of those episodes, Rexian, were Wendy's birthday celebration. So what did you feel, first of all, about having 5, 6 episodes of Wendy's celebrations of her birthday?
I don't get it, because I feel like that's how it's always been with Wendy, but like I do feel there was enough content, I guess, to do it though.
Yeah, I mean, like, but it's like we had three trip episodes about her birthday. Then we come in and she's planning her birthday party, and then we actually had the birthday celebration. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know it
We
was
might
a
do
lot.
touch it because people get me. We go hard on. I mean, I go hard on Wendy. I don't know why, because I like her. I do like her this season. Without
I like her a lot more on this season. I will say that. I really do, because
like
the other seasons I could not do it. So this season is not bad. She's fine. This season, and that's the thing, is like sometimes you do need to take out that toxicity to make other people comfortable, or you have to break up something. So, yeah.
Another big topic that's on every episode, even though we probably haven't talked about 4 episodes, is this whole like Mia and Gordon situation. So one, I want to know, do you think that they're still hooking up?
Gordon?
Yeah.
And Mia? No,
Yeah.
I don't think she's with that dude.
I know, but like also I feel like she like plays the game too much with these two people. Like she like is doing weird things that he's starting to feel like, she says that he does have he's bipolar. She says that. And so maybe that's like why he's so up and down with his emotions there. But it's like, do you think she is like enabling some of those things and maybe flirting with him still to keep him in the loop? Like, why do you think there's no boundaries in this relationship right now?
I honestly think it's for the show. I think Mia's doing this for the show. I don't know why Mia is like a thing. I never ever liked her.
She's not good on this show, you guys. Like,
no,
she it's like takes messy to a whole other level, and it's like I don't even know if anyone is liking watching her on the show.
I don't like how she like constantly speaks for Gordon. Like I don't like it. Like I don't know, when she talks about his health, where he's at, the bipolar, like she's telling his story and it's like, you're not even with him. We can't even see his side. You know how like Dorit's like, PK's an alcoholic, he's an alcoholic, and then we see PK's side of things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. We're hearing about Gordon's stuff and it's like she's talking about it, and then I don't know. I'm just like not liking anything about her situation. It's obviously not Real Housewife like at all, but I guess there are people who live like this, because someone did say like, we need people like this who live like this because it is relatable. I said, to who? To who is it relatable? To whom? Do people live like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm a little sheltered.
Jacqueline? Is it Jacqueline, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. What do you think about this whole like Jacqueline and Mia situation too? It's like we've seen her in past seasons as like being her friend, and then now she's trying to do her own thing, and then it's like they're fighting, and then like Mia doesn't like that Jacqueline is not sticking up for her, but then Jacqueline calls her out. It's like so their relationship is also very, very weird, and like something that I don't even like to watch either.
I'm actually shocked that Jacqueline is on this show too. I don't know why I'm shocked, but I don't know what she's brought that they would ever bring her back again.
I know.
It's
and
so
like everything she has is like all tied to Mia, like
and she's like, she's kind of thirsty. I don't know.
Yeah, no, oh my gosh, she definitely is.
Yeah, I'm really liking Giselle this season. I do have to admit, I really am. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it makes people more tolerable, just like how we're liking Wendy, because Candace is not in her ear, and then Robin was lucky that she lasted as long as she did, but
100%.
I don't know. I am liking Giselle, and I feel like she's the most tolerable one on the, I always think Ashley is, but like a lot of people come at me and they're like, no, she's not. But I don't know. I'm really liking Giselle, you guys. This episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. I love the holidays, but with how busy they are, I'm always looking for ways to stress less. HelloFresh helps make mealtime manageable, saving you from searching for recipes or all that grocery shopping. Just pick your meals and everything you need is delivered right to your door. There's always something for everyone to enjoy on HelloFresh's weekly menu, with 50 chef-crafted recipes to choose from every week, plus customizable options to make your meals just the way you like them. You'll be able to easily satisfy every craving. And I'm traveling for the holidays, so I'm able to skip a week's delivery, and there's no commitment at all. So with 4 kids, 2 jobs, HelloFresh has been a lifesaver. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free TRH. Applied across 7 boxes, new subscribers only, varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/free TRH.
Streaming December 2nd, only on Disney Plus. From the creators of The Mandalorian and the director of Spider-Man No Way Home comes a brand new series.
It's dangerous out there in space.
Join the crew.
We have to move fast
as they explore the galaxy.
We're not alone down here.
Don't miss the new Star Wars adventure.
Do you want to join me?
Skeleton Crew, streaming December 2nd. And now save big on the Disney Plus Hulu bundle with a Black Friday offer.
I like that, like, she's opening up a lot about her dad and, like, what she's going through with her, being an empty nester. I think we've seen a lot of housewives go through this, but it's always like a different scenario and different story with them. And like, she is losing all of her people in like 1 year. It's like, that's like a lot for someone to handle.
Yeah. Do you know those people who, by the way, I just thought about this with you know, those people who like are overly confident to the point that you're like, okay, you're making me uncomfortable. Like I appreciate your confidence, girl, but okay, just relax a little bit. That's like or do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That reminds me of Mia. Like she's that girl who
Oh yeah.
is so confident to a fault where it's like, okay, back up a little bit. Like let's humble you just a little bit because I don't get it.
Especially you would think she would be a little bit more humble with like everything she's gone through in her life. Like she's had it. She's had a life. So it's like, I don't know where she comes in thinking she's like the be all end all, So
yeah.
I do think we need to see that a little bit more with her. Especially because her life is so messy. So it's like, why are you acting so confident about your life? Like your life looks like a hot mess.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, because she has kids. The other thing I want to talk about, because it was like funny because we just saw this in Beverly Hills. Sutton was telling Kyle, like, you should watch out for your divorce. Like, you think that you know somebody. So on this last episode, we see Stacey and both Ashley, they're going through mediation, for the divorce. And this was Stacey's first meeting, and Ashley's been through it. And like the ladies are just, kind of telling Stacey, like, listen, like you should know X, Y, and Z. And Stacey in her confessionals is like, no one knows my like marriage like I do. I've been married for 20 years. And like on the last episode, I said, like, not everyone is the same, but it is starting to appear that is a pattern. Like people, when you get to mediation and you actually do these things, like guys can change, and all of a sudden, like things you thought you knew is not the truth. And so then you kind of get shocked and you're like, maybe I don't know this person. So what did you feel about them saying that to Stacey and then her actually like being like a little bit naive about the situation in the beginning?
Well, I mean, yeah, she acted naive towards it. And she said kind of like how Kyle was like, me and Mauricio aren't like that. And, on one end, maybe they're not. And one end, maybe he's like how I said about Mauricio with his kids. And that's why they're not. But then she was pretty confident. She goes to mediation. And then she finds out that there's all these accounts and her name was under them. And she was like, wait, what? Or accounts that were open that she had no idea about because you legally have to display everything. So she was like, my name was under those things. I had no idea. For 15 years, I depended on this man to pay for everything. And I just kind of trusted him. And then what was shocking to me was Wendy was like, same. Like my job is, even though like I work, it's to take care of the kids. So you're going to pay the bills. Like you're going to sit there and pay the bills. So I haven't paid the bills. And now even Wendy, like I appreciated that she was like, now I'm kind of like going to go look,
and also Wendy was a professor. She did work too. So she wasn't working, but like it is like a cultural thing or like a society where you kind of lean on the guy to pay the bills or at least take care of it. Like who knows where the money's going.
Not Chantel.
Yeah, so it was funny. Roxanne, I mean, I just got married, but Roxanne called me. She's like, "Wait, do you pay the bills, or does whose accounts are they under?" I was like, "No, I take care of everything. Like, I know every account number, I know all those things." But I also got married later too. But I don't know, and like we haven't even did our bank accounts jointly yet. And I think that changes when you have kids and stuff. But Roxanne's like, I don't even know. Like, I haven't paid anything either.
So it's so crazy because before I always tell you guys, like we were sheltered, but I did move. Like I moved in a loft in downtown Detroit and it was like right across the street from my job. And so like, it's not like I don't know how to pay bills. Like I paid for everything. So, and then, the only thing that shout out to my dad, he did pay for my car insurance, but aside from that, I paid for everything. And so like I would pay the bills, but yeah, my husband, even though I have other jobs, I just kind of leave it to him because I'm lazy and I'm like, okay, I already do so much. Like I'm not adding another thing to go and like pay bills. And my husband's pretty responsible. So it's not like I would ever be worried, but then it's like, what else are you up to? What are you doing?
You know what? Like I've seen this before. It was like a podcast or something, and it said like this: like your household should be ran like a business in a sense of like there should be like a CFO, like someone who is in charge of the finances, pays all the bills, does everything. There should be a CEO. There should be like someone that's an assistant that's in charge of scheduling everything. Like you should run your household like that. So I think it's fine that one person is paying for everything, but I think what people forget to do is that like maybe have a 1-year meeting and you talk about your finances with each other, like what's open, where does this go, where does that go, so that you're just like having those conversations and you're not like shocked by anything.
It's just crazy because this is the same exact thing that Teresa Giudice did. And now we have Kyle Richards. We have Wendy, who's like very successful. And then Stacy, who was married. And they didn't pay bills. They were in accounts that they didn't realize that they were in. Yeah. And yeah, they did all this stuff. And it's like their husband, and Teresa went to jail for it. Like Teresa literally went to jail for what her husband did. And she had no idea. And she has this like on her record. And it's just like so shitty because I just feel like a lot of people are like that. I mean, just like me, again, my husband is taking care of everything. I mean, if I like told him, let me see something or whatever, like, of course, or I have passwords to, our credit cards and stuff, but I just rely on him, I guess. And it's like, should we be doing that?
Yeah.
Do we, is this a lesson to all women? I think topics like this are very interesting and very necessary to have on a show.
Yeah, I think it's funny that like, she came in and was like, no, not my husband. And then right away the next day, like, they meet up and she's like, dude, I didn't know, blah, blah. So like, I wish, like, I hope we get to find out about Kyle's situation. If Kyle, go like gets in the same boat where, Mauricio does kind of screw her over a little bit, or he doesn't, or she didn't know things, because she admitted that she would sign a bunch of things. So it's like, I'm very, very, very curious if she's in that same boat.
I do appreciate Stacy coming back the next day and saying,
like, thank you.
Yeah, like, or saying like, listen, you guys were right. Cause you know what? There were, cause I feel like Loki, maybe I would have, I don't know. Would I have come out? I would be like, oh shit. But then it's like, who am I protecting? There's no point of being on the show if you act like that. That's exactly why I could never be on a show. Cause I'd be like, yeah, everything was perfect. Everything was fine. I don't want my kids to see this one day and then like see that I was talking shit about their dad and like he did this behind my back. I don't want to see that, I don't know.
Too much stress, too much strategizing to even be on a show. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
We see oh, sorry, did you want to say
something? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We just see a bunch of like scenes with the kids and the mom, which was really nice. We see Karen and Raven. Raven's like grown up to be such like a beautiful girl. And she was basically like to her mom, like, listen, if no one comes to you with like the thought of your well-being or your health, like screw those people. But I hope she wasn't like, I hope Karen's not thinking about Giselle or Ashley, because in the first few episodes, like regarding this whole DUI thing, Giselle came to her like about her safety and about her health and like was caring. So it's like, I hope she's probably just pointing the finger at Mia about this stuff, because it seems like to me that most of the ladies were being, sincere and caring, but then they also wanted her to just to be more honest.
Right. Yeah.
And then
I agree.
What do you like? Did we miss anything about her court scene, or is that going to come up?
I have no idea if we did or not.
I don't think we did. I think it's going to come up. So I'm curious to see where she ends up with that.
Yeah. So at the end, I was so scared by this scene. Like, this is when okay, listen, I know we don't like when people talk about kids or bring up kids and stuff. And like, yeah. And like, sometimes like, okay, like whatever, it wasn't a big deal. Like, let's not make it a big deal. Let's not be like, whatever. I mean, I know you shouldn't, but Giselle's kids are young, dude. And what Mia did in that scene was the scariest thing ever. Like, she was mad that Giselle was like speaking out about her like situation and always has something to say about her situation, that she goes and she tells Giselle, remember when your kids snuck a boy in and you didn't want me to tell anybody about it? And it's like, yeah, because why would you talk about that? That's actually something like super normal in high school that someone would do. And why would we be talking about that? Like, why would that ever be something that needed to be on camera? And why do you think that you're like checkmating her by bringing that up? Like, what do you think you're doing with that information? Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, she thinks she keeps everything real and she's so cool about that, but it's like, this had nothing to do with you. And Giselle was taken so aback by it that she really like was speechless. Like,
she didn't react.
Yeah, she was like, did she just say this? But like, in her confessional, she was like, I was processing, just wait, like she's gonna get it. So I am so like, looking forward to seeing how Giselle reacts to this, because I thought it was messed up too. It's like, you don't bring that up, and then now you made one of her kids look like they're a bad kid or like whatever, you know. It's like, what if like their dad didn't know and now their dad knew about that? Now the dad's like, what boy was coming in and Giselle didn't tell me? Like, you just opened up such a weird can of worms for that's not that a kid, you know?
Yeah, but also why are you like, I don't know, like what was your point of this? What are you
Yeah.
trying to accomplish here? You know that, you know, Giselle's kids are gonna be like, why was I dragged into this? Like this
You know
has
why?
nothing to do with
Because
me.
I think Mia was getting upset about like the fact that a lot of people are trying to like point out that her life is a little like messy, and you know, like a lot of things are going on. And then they did bring up her kids in that one like luncheon for Karen's birthday about like their like, you know, like they did bring up her kids too, you know. So maybe this was her moment to be like, I don't say this about your kids.
Yeah, overall, Chantal, I feel like there's no coming back for Mia. Like after the way that she did that, the way that she tried to be like, you want to come for me, I'm gonna come for your kids. It was like apples to oranges. It doesn't make sense. So I already didn't like Mia. And when people act this way, they make the other person look so much more tolerable, where it's
I
like
know.
Giselle looks so great in here. And even her not reacting because she was trying to take it in. It was like I do feel like every time Giselle's kids get brought up, like remember last season when they were talking about the university that Giselle's kids were going to, she remained silent because she was trying to process what they were saying and how to respond and react because it's her kids.
I know. She like doesn't want to like make them upset. She wants to make them proud, and like it is a lot for sure.
Or I think sometimes she does want to escalate it so that it becomes like a whole storyline.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So sometimes I do think that she does that, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So messy Mia.
The mid-season trailer looked amazing though. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what that is all about.
This is one of the best seasons. You know, Potomac, Chanel, remember when we first watched Potomac? That was like our favorite one. And then like for a few seasons, I think it was after Monique left. You know, they did Monique so wrong. And so
Yeah, I wouldn't call this like one of the best seasons though.
I like
I
it
think
so
it's
far.
getting better. I like it, but
I'm very engaged. Like I'm not like, you know, there's those episodes where you're watching and you're like, okay, I'm over it. Get to the point, you know. This I don't feel that way with this at all.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Did you watch Married to Medicine?
I watched the first episode only
Me
and it was
too. What
so
did you think about the
good.
first episode?
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was so good. I'm like shook because it seems like Dr. Simone got so much backlash for the quad stuff.
I know.
And I didn't realize that she got backlash, you know, with viewers.
They were very hard on her, but like I also think like she like you know, she deserved it because she's like very scary over there sometimes.
But Quad went through you know, something really traumatic, you know.
Oh yeah. I think for that specific situation, like what for her to bring that up, I do agree with everyone like going crazy on Simone. And like, you know, what did you think about Contessa coming back?
You know, I never understood why they fired Contessa. I didn't mind her on the show. I thought she was fine. So
me too. I thought she can be a little annoying. Like she just has one of those annoying personalities to me, but I liked her and I liked watching her marriage. You know, I think like that was a real thing. It's like they were like, they go through a lot too. And they had
they went through a lot because
Yeah.
he's so stuck in his ways.
Yeah.
She tries to be independent and, you know, she has like a job, but she's also like, it came across like as a default parent. So and then he was just so old school. You know what's so funny about old school guys? And my friend told me this one time. She's like, men are so funny. They want a traditional wife, but they're not a traditional husband. And I said, oh, Kerr.
Literally.
Like you want a traditional wife, then you need to be that traditional husband. And I was like, oh my gosh, girlfriend. I was like, I've never heard that. But in that situation, with like, when I think about Contessa and his relationship, that's exactly how their relationship was. Like you could tell he wanted a traditional wife, but it's like she's like a dentist. She's a doctor.
She's a doctor.
Right. Yeah. So there's no, if you want that, she's not going to be doing this type of thing. So, and contributing. So yeah. I just thought that was interesting. But tomorrow is Beverly Hills. We have Salt Lake City. I think we are actually going to go on our friends' podcast and we're going to recap Salt Lake City with them. So we'll let you guys know about that. And then, we have Beverly Hills and we'll probably do another episode because I'm sure there's so much more hot topics. I feel like we're so behind with Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So we hope you guys have a great start to your week. And, Sunday's over. No Sunday scaries.
Well, hopefully, like, you guys are not just too
Okay.
stressed. No, I'm saying, well, hopefully no one's just too stressed, like, for the holidays. Like, it really does get so overwhelming this month with, like, parties and things like that. So just hopefully everyone is taking care of themselves.
Well, I actually bought all my Secret Santa stuff. So I'm like relieved but I have a million boxes at my house and I'm just relieved. So I'm relieved that I don't have to buy any more stuff because what?
I want to find cute wrapping paper, but like, where should, like, I also
Home
don't.
Goods.
Yeah, I should go there right now, actually.
I actually bought wrapping paper online because I was like, this is so cute. And it was like, it wasn't a lot. There was one that wasn't a lot. And then there was another one that the material was annoying. And I swear there's no better wrapping paper than Home Goods.
Yeah.
They're so cheap compared to anyone.
yeah.
It's the cheapest.
That's the thing. It's like last year I bought like really nice wrapping paper and it was so annoying. And then another time I bought like wrapping paper and like you said, there was not a lot. I'm like, why am I spending money on this shit? Like, because
It's
I
so
want to.
cheap.
But
Yeah.
you know what? My biggest goal, like every time I play Secret or like White Elephant or any of those games, I always want to be picked first. So I try to make my wrapping paper like really cool, not like cute because I don't know how to wrap. And I swear my presents always usually get picked like the first two. So that's like why. But this year I don't give a shit. I'm literally going to Home Goods right now.
Yeah. I mean, but like Home Goods, no, they have the best wrapping paper.
Okay.
It's so pretty. And I don't know how to wrap either. My husband wraps because I'm just like messy. So it's, yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm going to go now.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Heard at Sports Bar and Grill in La Vista and Gretna. Our sports bar is designed for fans of all ages. Enjoy the game in a vibrant, family-friendly setting with a menu that caters to both kids and adults. Everyone can find something they love. Our big screens and enthusiastic atmosphere make game days unforgettable. And of course, we're more than just a bar. We're a place where families and friends come together to celebrate and enjoy sports. 2 amazing locations, 12744 Westport Parkway in La Vista and off South 204th Avenue in Gretna. Heard at Sports Bar and Grill, where every day is game day.